shit changed after that. Like the very next day, I don't know, she calls me. It's like, yo, what are you doing? I'm like, nah, I forgot what I was doing. I was doing something. Like, go and get something to eat. He's like, all right, meet me in an hour. We're going to Teterboro. Kanye sent us a jet. We're flying to Atlanta. I was like, all right.
What up, y'all? Here we are, episode whatever the fuck this number is. I don't even know if we're keeping track anymore.
Nah, it ain't 87.
But Stage 1 podcast, Stoop to Store, Legacy to Legal. We got a very special guest here with us tonight. We have Tony Moxberg. Let's give it up, Tony Moxberg.
No, appreciate you. Thank you.
Yeah, he's a Yonkers legend. For those of y'all that don't know, D Block. You know what I'm saying? Holding this shit down. I just saw this guy on tour with the Locks, crushing it.
Mm-hmm. Appreciate that.
Holding it down with hip hop. So, you know, and he's a cannabis guy. So we're gonna talk about kind of how he's blending those two worlds like we do.
Facts.
And so thanks for coming out, Tony.
Appreciate you guys having me. Thank you very much.
Absolutely.
Appreciate it.
Absolutely. So let's talk about your brand. You have a cannabis brand,
Mox Collective.
Mox Collective. Let's talk. We were talking before the show about your strategy and how you're not in there's like 100 dispensaries, but you pick the one that you want to be in.
Right.
You picked your partner in the business.
Right. And that's gonna be the same with the Mox Collective in the legal dispensaries. Like I was telling you.
Yeah.
If let's say I'm over here, which we're planning to be soon. Once I'm over here, I'm not gonna go across the street or across the town and be in the other dispensaries. I don't want to oversaturate myself.
And then you give a market, right? It makes sense to be available.
I'd rather stay exclusive, and they know if they want Mox Collective in Albany area, they gotta come to Stage 1. They want it somewhere else, they gotta go there. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to have you guys and 12 of your competitors with my shit. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, so with experience and like that on the and already kind of having that business model flowing where you're at, how's that working out for you? Is it good or you?
It's definitely good. It's definitely good. It just like I said, I want to stay exclusive.
Yeah.
So and that's what I'm doing. I'm staying exclusive.
That's awesome.
I don't really.
So you're like the number one selling product in that dispensary,
100%.
right?
Yeah.
And that's like a massive. That's
100%.
And shout out to Back Home Farms.
Yeah, shout out to Back Home.
They are a definite number one contender in our store for the most products sold. I know they're up there. That sometimes they share the spot with other people, but they're in that.
They're gonna
range.
be sharing it with Mox Collective real soon.
That's what I'm talking about, kid.
We're all gonna share.
Now, have you thought about bringing it to the western and northern New York dispensaries? Upstate, because there's tons. There's tons out in Buffalo, Syracuse area. You know,
I haven't really,
and that's nowhere near where you're at. So it's not even like you're like impeding on that.
On your own toes.
Right.
Yeah.
I definitely, I feel like it's way out of the way, and I don't know people in those markets.
Yeah. We were talking about this before. We've talked about this on the show many times. We used to buy a lot of weed on the reservations that came over from Canada back in the day in the 90s. That was like a real big pipeline for.
That was the East Coast.
East Coast.
Cali had all their growers. We had the res.
We had the res,
We had the
and they would
fucking
get the
res
shit
and the
from Canada because the
BCs.
res would be bordering upstate New York and Canada. You go out on the res, you buy the pounds, and then all you have to do is make it home.
Your pounds from Canada come in two half pounds.
Yeah, and they're fucking freeze, you know, sealed.
The beasters?
The beasters, bro. They're fucking.
That shit.
Looking back at it now, I mean, it got the job done, but that shit wasn't good.
That shit burned your throat.
It was
But I imagine had we kept in touch with the guys that were selling the fucking pounds to us on the reds back in the day, they're the ones that are like, you could open a dispensary or you could sell weed out of my dispensary here. So, you know, food for thought.
Even I was in Canada. Every time like we got shows out there, and shout out to Toronto. We're in the cookie store. Everything's horrible. I'm not even like horrible.
Up in Canada?
In Toronto, in the cookie store, like they don't have. We're like
What's up?
We're getting shit from the street guys, and they're bringing us gas. And like we have access to the whole cookie store. Like, yo, come in, pick whatever you want. They even pull up on us, and it ain't it.
No, not at all. When I go up there, my nephews get me shit up because I got nephews in Montreal.
All right.
And they all get it from the res. They don't fuck with any of the regular stores in Canada because all of it's trash.
Yeah.
It's regulation. It's hyper regulation.
Well, it's all government grown essentially.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
So
Even
that's
the
what I'm
cookie
saying.
store was a collab with the government.
Right. It's not like you're not like dealing with the farm, like the government regulating the farmers, which is what we have to deal with here. You're dealing with hyper regulation, which is like the government growing the fucking weed up there. It's crazy.
That's probably why it's so bad. I started Mox Collective, and just people knowing me for the music and all of that, people started tapping in. I was going to shows. I wasn't selling anything. Let's get that clear. I don't sell anything. I was doing everything. I was like going to shows with like £1 and giving out 8s to like every rapper, whoever we were backstage with. Like we were doing like festivals. There'll be like 20 artists on the bill. So I would pop up in every dressing room with free weed. Every rapper loves free weed. And once they see it, they smell it, they know it's good. So I was building relationships with all of them, getting pictures with them, drops from them. Some of them were posting on their page for me, and it just kept building and building from there. And I was doing that for a year straight, giving out just free weed to like all different like celebrities, influencers, even like weed connoisseurs people that I know that appreciate weed, and I want their like, you know, I want their honest opinion about it. I would give them some free weed, pull it to the studio with the locks. They would be posting it. They would be posting it.
We got fucking Jada Kiss and Styles P, like two weed connoisseurs, connoisseurs. You know what I'm saying? So you pull up on them with some gas.
I was doing that every day in the studio. Like I told Sheik the other day, he never has to pay for weed the rest of his life. I bring him like an ounce every week, every 2 weeks, whatever, take it. So. And
you've known them for your whole life, damn near, right?
They went to school with my older brother. So, but like early 20s, or even like late teenage years. Just started going around the studio, just hanging out, and you know, trying to do songs. I would go in there. They would finish recording because there was one room at the time, one or two. There was 2 rooms. They would finish recording at like 3, 4 in the morning and go home. That's when I would go in to start recording. I would have to wait till 4 in the morning to start recording. The engineer would be sleeping on the board.
And you're recording yourself.
I'd be in the booth, like banging on the window trying to wake him up. Remember, we used to wake up Poobs. Shout out to Poobs. He would stay. He would work with them all the way to 4 in the morning, then stay with me and record me till like 8, 9 in the morning. Right, so we were doing that like every day for like a year. Then they were like, "Oh shit, you're always over here. You're consistent." Everything. And that's one thing they love, and I think a lot of people love when you don't bother them and ask them for shit, and
you just do your shit.
They see you working hard and you're consistent. Then they want to help you.
Yeah, work ethic definitely goes a long way.
Like Styles just gave me a verse for free out of nowhere. So, and I built that relationship with them, even all the way with the touring. I hit Sheik one day. I was like, "Yo, you mind if I go on tour? I'll pay my own way. I'll do everything. You won't even see me. I just need 5 minutes on stage." And he was like, "Yeah." He was like, "Pull up." We paid our whole way. Me, my brother, and a camera guy. We did like 20, 30 cities for them. Just like 4 minutes on stage. I didn't even have a DJ at the time. We were just popping in a CD. And from there, it led to me doing all these tours with them now, getting paid, getting sponsorships, get features on the road.
Just fucking do the thing. That's one of our big mottos is you just even if it's like, you just have to do it. You gotta put yourself out there and fucking make the shit happen.
They see me working. Shout out to Technician and DJ, who's my DJ in the Locks DJ. He was working with me for free. He was DJing my set for free for years when I wasn't getting paid. He was, don't worry about it. One day it'll come. And just going out there like as if I was paying him $5,000 a show. He was going out there yelling my name for going crazy. Like holding me down till we got to this point.
Yeah, that's awesome, man.
You had mentioned collabs, right? And I was listening to your projects, and you got a lot of collabs. And I think I like how you pick who you're going to put on your songs, because it always ends up coming off organic.
I appreciate that.
I'm curious, do you have any dream collabs, anybody that you want to work with in the future?
I kind of got them already. I got like, I was a huge Wu-Tang Ghostface fan. Ran into Ghostface one day with Sheik. And he's like, yo, that's Texas DJ too, coincidentally. And he was like, yo, Tech, let me hear your shit. You got some fire. This now. I'm like, oh, I appreciate it. He's like, yo, B, send something over. I was looking at it, I was like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
And then,
man, that's amazing.
I never said anything.
Yo, shout out to fucking Tech though, man.
Holding
Text
me
my
fucking
down,
guy.
bro.
Text my guy.
Yeah.
Text and shout out to Ghostface.
Playing your shit, like, but playing your shit for people, like, yo,
course.
I believe in this guy.
Of course,
because that's what it takes, honestly. Like the talent is
the dope
is there,
cosigns.
but like to have the people who stand in your corner and say, yo, you gotta trust me, because they're the ones that seen your work ethic. They're the ones that know that if they bet on you, you won't let them down. Right. So, like, but to have people doing that is the fucking that's the truth right there, bro.
100%. He knows. I always tell him how much I appreciate and love him. So he knows that. Big shout out to Tech. But yeah, Ghostface ended up. I never even sent him the record. And then I ran into him again like a month later. He's like, yo, you said you were gonna send the record, you never sent it. I'm like, oh, all right. So
that had to feel crazy.
Yeah, so now I'm like,
Ghostface putting the battery in your back.
So I hit Lucha up like, yo, I need this record to go to Ghostface. You know, Lucha and him were working on Wu Block 2, which they're still working on.
Oh,
so he's like, all right,
it's coming
cool.
out?
Yeah. Wu Block 2 is coming out 100%.
That's fire.
So sent the record. I got Sheik on the record and Ghostface on the record. So that's crazy. And then, like I was telling you earlier, I did a show in Italy with Rick Ross. We both got booked out there, and everything was going wrong. I wasn't even gonna perform. And my brother comes over with the mic. He's like, yo, they want you to perform. I'm like, nah, I'm good. I'm just chill here. I had a hookah, had some bottles and shit. I'm like, nah, I'm chilling. Tech goes up there. Tech starts spinning. Tech starts flipping on the mic. We didn't come out this motherfucking far for you to tell me you ain't get to the fucking stage. While he's playing the music and the crowd going crazy, he's yelling at me. I was like, oh shit. So I'm like, all right, cool. Grab the mic, but Ross was already there. So I don't want, Ross gets there, it's like prime time now. He don't want to see an opening act performing. So that's how I was looking at it. Went up there, murdered them. I turned around, Ross recording me, going crazy. So I'm getting off stage, he calls me over. He's like, yo, that song you just performed, send it over, I'm gonna jump on it. And that's how I got the remix with Kiss and Rick Ross, the Love record. That's dropping. So we just fixing up a couple of samples, clearances, and that record is going.
What a little bit of pressure would do.
His manager hit me, was like, yo, we gonna be in town tomorrow. This is before I even did my verse. He was like, yo, if you wanna shoot the video, he's ready. I was like, oh, he wanted to shoot the video too. This is crazy. So we're planning on shooting the video for that as well.
That's fire.
Yeah.
Facts.
I saw you just doing the Gorilla Nims freestyle. The Disrespect Radio.
Yeah, that's my guy. Shout out to Nims.
What's Nims like in real life? He's just like he is on the camera, right?
He's a fucking character. First time I met him, we just sitting there talking like regular, having a serious conversation. I forgot about what. And while mid-convo, he just grabbed his phone and pointed it at some guy walking. Don't ever disrespect. I'm like, oh shit. He started dissing the guy. Paused this shit, put it back in his pocket and continued. And I was like, yo, that's what you do. He's like, I do that all day. He said, when I have enough of them, I put the video out. I said, oh shit. And I chilled with him that day. The whole fucking day he was doing that to people.
That's crazy.
He's wild.
Yo, wild.
But great guy, man. Great guy. Yeah, he's crazy.
But everybody knows, it's, when people hear him say that phrase, everybody knows, and usually everybody's a good sport about it. Is anybody not a good sport about it?
I'm sure he's had some people like, who the fuck are you with him? Nah, when I was there, they were like looking like, what the hell's going on? I kept walking. He's a big monster. They ain't coming to They just let it rock.
So I was listening to the project. You had mentioned you're waiting on some sample clearances. I really like how you choose your samples. Like the Snow Allegra sample, I like that. that one right there, like it really stuck out to me for sure. And I've noticed you have a way of grabbing onto like R&B samples and flipping them into hip hop records and gangster shit. You know what I mean? And I think that's really cool because there's kind of that stigma where it's like, you know, gangsters don't be loving, you know what I mean? And it's like you bring that, you bring that to the front. I've noticed on all your projects, there's something for the ladies on there.
100%.
And I think that's a nice approach.
I feel like I don't want to stay in one lane. I'd rather, you know, I want to cater to different audiences. I got a female fan base. I know that. And they like my music. So they don't want to hear drugs and guns all day. They want to hear some shit for them. So I definitely try to cater to them. I try to cater to like the real hip hop backpackers, then the trappers. And I like soulful beats. So, you know, I try to cater to everybody.
You check off all the boxes. And I think that's
pretty
really
much
cool.
Appreciate that. Thank you, bro.
Especially, I was listening to Justin 8th, and I'm like, there's only 4 tracks on it. It's 9 minutes.
And it's 3.5.
Okay. I think
like an eighth.
I figured
that. That's
that was my next question. That was gonna be my next question. So I did peep that. I think
like
that was really dope.
The one the record that's half it's cut off. I have the full version yet. I might put that on the next project.
That's fire.
Yeah,
that's fire.
See those little Easter eggs, bro. That's the fucking.
How'd you come up with that concept?
I was high one day. I was
all he had was just
chilling, and then
he's like, "I'm gonna make this work."
You know what? That'd be cool because I wanted to continue from that to a quarter and do 7 records and shit like that. Then I'm like, yo, you know what? I'm gonna get to an ounce, 28 songs. People are gonna listen to that shit. So I was like, you know what? Let me just stop here before it gets crazy.
Okay.
Fuck around, put out having a playlist called the Quap.
Now that's good. That's a dope way to drop an EP though. Like that's so creative.
Yeah, that is a dope way to drop an EP.
You're adapting to the times.
Right.
You found the creative way to do it with hip hop and cannabis.
And
so
cannabis.
Really dope.
See, even the fucking train conductor agrees. The number of times that we fucking set off the smoke alarm in the middle of filming some shit, we gotta leave the window open now.
Oh, yeah? Oh, damn.
It's part of the process at this point.
It's part of the process at this point. But then, you know, I like when the trains be in there like, that's a good point.
Word. I happened to stumble on a really heartfelt record from you, Feel Me. That definitely touched the place.
Appreciate
you know
that.
What I mean? I'm curious if there's like, if you want to give us any insight into like that story or who you're talking about. Or...
My mom passed away a couple years back, and then I knew I wanted to do a song for her. Even that record, I kind of feel like I rushed it. I didn't, even though a lot of people like it, I wasn't like in love with the record. I feel like I rushed it. I wasn't really ready in my mind state. But I just wanted it on the project, so I did it. But I was just listening to different beats, and that song wasn't even on my mind. I was listening to DJ Payne, shout out to him, big producer, and I was like on his actual website. He has thousands of beats, and I'm listening to the beats, and I came across that record, and I heard the hook and all of that. I was like,
was
you know
already
what?
there?
Yeah, the hook was there already.
Gotcha.
I forgot the artist's name, very talented artist, and I was like, yo, you know what? I want that record. I had my brother reach out to him. He sent it over with the files and everything. We recorded it like that week because my project was dropping like within like 2 weeks or something.
Okay.
So I knocked it out real quick.
Gotcha.
Put it on the project. Shot a video for it.
Okay.
I mean, a lot of people came up to me, telling me they loved the record. That's their favorite record. It means a lot to them. So I feel like it did its job.
Yeah. Sometimes it does. As an artist, we want things to be perfect and we want them to be a certain type of way. But that added pressure of like, oh, I got to drop this album. It just gives you that freedom to just here. I'm gonna just release it and see what comes back.
Right, 100%.
It's beautiful when that's received in that way.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Yeah, the hardest part sometimes as an artist is to like let go of the song when you feel like it's not ready for.
Bro, I got so many records.
Reasons, you know,
I got so many records that I'm just sitting on.
Yeah.
And
you and me both.
They're like, even like the locks would be like, yo, drop them. You could make another one.
Right.
Like, drop the records.
Right.
But I don't want these records to fall on deaf ears. So I feel like I need more of a marketing team behind me, or like right now, shout out to Rock Nation, I'm working with them. So like the next few records they'll have their marketing team behind it.
Nice.
So it's gonna reach the masses way more than what I can reach alone. So stuff like that. But I got a record with Fat Joe and Chic that's like insane. That's like a big record. I got a bunch of big records. So I mean, once I drop the first one, I'm unloading the whole clip. You're gonna start hearing everything: projects, singles, EPs, everything.
Are you gonna stick with this format that you have now of these shorter projects?
I kind of like the EPs, like 6 records.
Sure.
I feel like everybody's all over the place. Their attention span ain't what it used to be. That's why there's no more 316s on a record.
Right.
It's like 212s or like 212s and an 8 the most.
Right.
Some people, they figured out the formula, do like 2 8-bar verses, and the hook keep playing over and over again, and it works. So I try to keep it short. I don't want to be the guy that's sitting there rapping for 30 minutes on every song, and no hook or nothing. I don't really do that. I'd rather. That's my formula.
Sure.
Like, people can do whatever they want.
Right.
There's no set formula in hip hop.
Exactly.
Even in music in general.
Right. And
there's
art-
like no formula to follow. You can do whatever you want to do. You can. Some people it works.
Right.
There's some people that I wouldn't mind listening to 15 minutes straight on one song.
Right.
Then there's some people after 8 bars I feel like is enough. Going to the hook. So it works. If it works for you, I say do it.
Right.
This is what works for me.
Gotcha.
So-
And I think you get a good balance of it too, because the songs don't seem short.
Yeah.
And even the projects don't seem short. Like I listened to Just the Eighth, it was 9 minutes, and I was like, ain't no way that was just 9 minutes. You know what I mean? Like I got an experience. I feel like I walked away with something. So that's
Appreciate
that's actually
that.
very impressive to be able to do that. In
Thank
just
you.
9 minutes. I think that's cool.
What's your process like when you go to make a project? Are you like going in with the idea, or you just is it? Like
I'll just do a
the
bunch
collection
of.
of
I do a
records
bunch
and
of
then
different records, and along the way, I'll hear a beat and I'll be like, all right, this is gonna be the intro, and I'll do like kind of like an intro freestyle to that specific record. Then I'll do. I'll pretty much just do a bunch of records, then pick what records I feel like fit the title of the album. Like the next project is gonna be Beautiful Struggle 3, so it's gonna be records that'll fit that. I don't really like going
so it's kind
too
of like
far left.
Yeah, combination. Of
Yeah. So, and I usually just write at home. Sometimes I'll have a beat for 6 months and won't even really. I'll listen to it all the time, not even write anything. Then one day knock out the whole song. So then there's other records that as soon as I hear them, I'll start writing to them. Like that day, the next day, I'll do like a verse a day till it's done. And then when I get like 4 or 5 records together, I'll go to the studio. I'll knock out all of them one shot. So I'll leave the studio with 4 or 5 new songs. Damn near like an EP done already. So I do shit like that. Oh, Beautiful Struggle 4, I'm high. Sorry, Beautiful Struggle 1, 2, and 3 is out now. So the next project, Beautiful Struggle 4.
Okay. See, that's the whole thing. We get real fucking high on the shit.
Yeah, it's a good thing.
Yeah, it is. It's a good thing. It's a good thing.
I saw you got that record with Benny too.
That's my fucking
We just
guy.
had Benny here a couple
Word?
weeks ago. Yeah.
I got a new record with Benny dropping.
Yeah.
That's crazy. We're actually working on clearing that sample as well. Producers, stop sending me samples.
Yeah, we were
This
talking
shit's
about that.
crazy.
We were talking about that. Just clearing
It's-
sample shit.
it's a headache.
And how it can just make or break some shit. You know what I mean?
But this record is super dope with Benny. I got a bunch of records with Benny. Like I don't know what records you heard. I had the Hustler Story. Then I got him on the Love record.
Yep.
The Love record, he just walked into the studio to hang out with me. He was like, yo, you got the studio? Shout out to Ak. Ak was like, yo, me and Benny are pulling up. I was like, all right, cool. Pulled up. We just chilling in Sheik's room, and Sheik's like, yo, you want to work? And he's like, yeah. Put the Love record on. Everyone in the room just started writing to it.
You cannot. I'm not gonna lie. If I was there, I'd have did the same exact thing. That beat is crazy.
Everybody writing to it, and then everybody just had verses.
Right.
And we were actually going to tuck it away for the D Block compilation.
Okay.
And then we ready to walk out. Kiss walks into the room. He got his jacket and backpack on, and he's like, yo, this beat is knocking. He don't know what's going on, who's on it. He don't know nothing. And he's like, yo, I got a hook for this. Woo. So I'm like, all right. I was like, go lay it. He's like, nah, I'll come back tomorrow. And I know Kiss. Kiss is very if you catch him right there in that
you
mood,
gotta get him.
Get him. After that, tomorrow ain't happening.
Right.
I promise you tomorrow. So I'm like, yo, bro, just go in there, one take it. Please, just go in. He said, all right. He went in there, I'm in love with this. And it came out he did it one take, one double, left. Put his backpack back on, gave everybody a pound and left. Wow. I said, oh, and he didn't like think about it. He already had it.
Yeah, it was already there.
He walked in while he's talking to us. He's like, yo, I got something for this. I got the hook. I was like, all right, so go do it. Knocked that shit out in like 40 seconds and went home. Went about his business. I said, oh, shit.
That's fine.
Oh, man.
Legend.
Right.
Shout out Kiss, though, for real.
Yeah, then I told Luch, like, yo, I need this record. I need the song. He's gonna ask for the D Block compilation. I'm like, yo, bro, let me get this for my next project. He's like, all right, fuck that. Then I'm jumping on the song too. Then I said, all right, cool. Doing that bad to me, guys.
Right. Should just escalate.
So yeah,
it really
should just escalate.
It ended up me, him, Benny, and Kiss.
And that's one of the ones too, where 4 verses ain't even a lot. Like,
I appreciate
it fit
that.
perfectly.
Yeah. And then Ross heard it in Italy. And was like, yo,
I need to get on the remix.
Yeah, send it over to me. I'm gonna jump on the record.
That's fine.
What am I gonna tell Ross? No?
Right.
Shit.
Right.
Now, but you would think that like that wouldn't be a hard sample to fucking clear at this point, though. Like,
it's tough,
isn't it? Though
it's tough.
If the producer doesn't have his shit together, where like you're making the beats and then clearing the samples before the records come out, you know what I mean? It's hard.
I don't know too many producers that are doing that.
No,
a lot of them are waiting to get sued.
No, they're waiting to get sued.
Like a lot of people, even I was in the studio the other day talking about it and trying to clear shit and listening to what we gotta fix and all that. And a couple of producers, I'm not gonna say their name, industry producers, they all DM me like, yo, just put that shit out. We got whole projects with samples. It's like they're like, yo, don't worry about it. They ain't coming after you. But then it's like a 50-50 shot. I'm not gonna sit there, wait, record take off, all the money's coming in, now I gotta give them 100% of the money. I'd rather just figure the problem out now before it even starts.
Sure.
Yeah. That's the shit right there. That's the like behind the scenes shit that nobody knows about, that shows what the struggle of an artist actually fucking is, though. So it's not all, you know, it's hard work to make sure everything is right. Pocket. And you got it's hard
everything
work
out of your pocket
to make sure everything's right. If you ain't ready to spend
a shitload of money, go get a job, which ain't nothing wrong with. But don't think you're gonna come here, do a record, and take off.
No, you gotta invest in your shit for sure. But how important is like the engineer and like the DJ producer person in your career? Like how instrumental have they been? As
far as DJ technician is,
right? It's just like
he's
like so having someone in the music business that's like rocking with you and they're with you doing it as a team, so you're not just
as far as like the locks and D block.
Like, well, that I mean, DJ technician is like one, and then like
even the engineer Dazel,
the engineer who stayed up for you.
That's
and
Poobs. Shout out to Poobs. Everyone played a big role in my career, and you know everything. There's like, I feel like they're all pieces to the puzzle. There's like no, you know, I'm not gonna say, oh, he didn't mean much. They all meant something. They all did something. And to this day, they still shout to Dazel, shout to Diesel, my engineers. Shout to the locks, technician, everyone on D Block. They all play a role. I feel like everybody brings something to the table.
Hell yeah, that's what's up, kid. It's important to fucking, you know, show love to all that shit too.
Hell
to all the people that are there as building blocks to help get you to where you're at. It sounds like you're fucking crushing it right now. So
appreciate that, bro. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Hard work is paying off.
Yeah, thank you. Right? And we got another tour coming up this year, and then I'm working on my own tour as well. So
you gonna hit Albany on that tour?
I hope so. I love Albany. I love it out here. So definitely, I feel like it's a dope hip hop scene over here, and I feel like it's kind of like
it's untapped as fuck.
That's exactly what it's like, untapped.
Right. Untapped for
like
sure.
So
self-contained, like a bunch of dudes that are just a bunch of people really fucking I don't know, self-contained, going to each other's shows, watching each other rock. You know,
why do you feel like nobody
up.
makes it out of here?
I don't know, but the thing is, like, people do make it out of here. They just don't hold Albany up on their backs like they should necessarily. So you got like Soli he's like a R&B dude who he's got a deal with Universal. But he's just grinding out in the system right now though. Like, he's not fucking blowing up yet, but he's still like made it like other people would think. He's signed to a major. He's writing songs. He's going on tours. He's doing his thing. He's making enough money to live off his music, but he's not. You don't hear him like.
He didn't get to the next level yet.
You know, Albany is it. But he was when he was here rocking that fucking upstate concert hall, bringing 300-500 people out with Johnny Two Phones and the other, and like who's also off doing his thing with a different deal. I saw him on like a DistroKid commercial. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not like these guys are still out here grinding, doing it, making money from here in the music industry. You can see it, like,
just not repping Albany.
Just not, and I was making a living running a recording studio before I had the dispensary, like just making beats for people around here and engineering them and downloading their shit and making sure everything sounded right and them putting their shit out and just creating a place for everybody to make good music at.
Right.
People, and there's a lot of people fucking making like a little bit of noise, enough noise. There's like people making shit, you know what I mean? But it's not, I don't know why it hasn't done what Griselda's doing out of Buffalo, for example. Like,
I mean, Griselda put in years.
Yeah.
They put in years of hard work and like dedication.
But there's also like a fracture in the Capital Region music scene too. So there's like the backpackers that are like very in that lane, in that world, that lyricism over everything else, fucking this type of beat kind of feel like that are doing, and then there's like the more street side, and then that are doing that side and like trapping and fucking and like have their finger on that pulse, doing records with people that are blowing up, coming with styles that like other regions come on to afterwards, like setting trends but not getting any credit for it. I've seen it like firsthand in the studio, being like, this is interesting, and then all of a sudden it's everywhere fucking 6 months later. But these guys are doing it here and putting shit out on YouTube and getting thousands of views and shit, and then you hear it like but those two communities aren't at all in touch with one another.
So you think that kind of
creating, like being
that kind of slows them down?
Yeah, because if everyone would see the urban hip hop community as one, and create a more kind of full on, unified front here, be unstoppable. There's so much crazy talent in the Capital Region. It's insane.
I feel like it's like that everywhere.
Yeah.
It's just up here it's probably less populated, so you guys feel it more.
Yeah.
But I feel like in the city, it's the same thing. What the drill rappers don't really care for the
they're not
lyricists,
fucking with the lyricists.
but there's so many people there,
so many
fans that everyone can eat. If you like drill music, cool. You like R&B, cool. You like real hip hop or street shit, cool. There's enough fans where everybody still make money.
Yeah, but you could see it in other smaller markets that have a little bit more of a successful scene. It's a little bit more of a gelled scene, I think, that had as well. That's where, but still, I don't know. Like if you're talking about, just you think about anywhere in the country that a scene popped up though over the years in a small city. There's like a bunch of them, Texas and fucking.
Yeah.
Down south, all that shit, Midwest cities.
But they've been, like Texas they've been popping for years.
Right.
But they just been kind of in their own world, and they didn't really give a fuck who else tapped in. But it got to the point where their music, that's the thing with music. I got people listening to my music in Africa, or Canada, London, Germany. So music have reached the masses, which is a beautiful thing.
Absolutely.
And that's how I feel the Texas sound and all of that made its way all the way to New York.
All the way to New
The
York.
Midwest sound, the South, everything made its way to New York, and vice versa. Like we're doing shows in Texas. We just did Austin, Dallas, and Houston. Sold out 3 shows.
Yeah.
So there's people that love the New York sound, obviously.
Hell yeah. Absolutely. That's fucking dope.
Quick question before we get into the segments. So I just want to see your perspective on it, because the trio gets asked it all the time for the last 3 years, but you being a member in the team and looking at it from like the outside, not the outside looking in, but the inside looking in, how did you feel after the D-Block, the Locks Verzuz, and them coming off with that big W like that? Like, did you get another spark of motivation? Like, how did that feel for you?
It definitely shit changed after that. Like the very next day, I don't know, she calls me. It's like, yo, what are you doing? I'm like, nah, I forgot what I was doing. I was doing something. Like, go and get something to eat. He's like, all right, meet me in an hour. We're going to Teterboro. Kanye sent us a jet. We're flying to Atlanta.
Price went up.
I was like,
Price went up.
and then we landed at like 4 in the morning. He had like 20 trucks pick us up, take us to where the Atlanta Falcons play, because he was recording his album in their stadium. He was spending,
That was fucking
he was
crazy.
spending $1 million or $2 million a night
They're like, he won't
to
leave.
record, and he had all these rooms set up. Like every like locker room, dressing room, whatever, was all different producers recording at the same time, and he was going room to room doing songs. It was the craziest setup in the world. And we got there like 3, 4 in the morning. The Locks recorded the record that's on the Kanye album, and we recorded it on like a Wednesday, and his album dropped Friday. They sat there, mixed, mastered it, and nobody went home. Like, we went home. His team didn't go home till it was done. Thursday midnight, the song's on the album. It's like that fast. I was like, holy shit. So a lot of shit changed. I mean, especially they were the underdogs going in. I feel like Dipset had more of a internet fan base.
Yeah.
Had the younger generation and all that. But the people who knew that. Yeah, I definitely dropped the Love record the very next day. Very next day.
Good timing. Good fucking timing.
Because this shit, everything was going crazy. They were getting calls from everybody.
Yeah.
So
For real.
all my streams and everything was going through the roof. I'm like, oh shit, we gotta drop this. Drop the record, shot the video, like everything. But the price definitely quadrupled.
Yeah.
So, but I kind of knew. We did a show with Dipset, and shout out to Dipset. We did a show with them like a month and a half before Verzuz. We had a show with them, big arena in Virginia. And we performed, got off stage, Dipset was going on. I just sat on the side of the stage and watched. And I watched their whole performance and everything about it. And I was like, they're gonna have a problem with these verses. And not even like lyrics or songs. Meanwhile, I feel like the Locks got better at everything. But just the performance wise and everything, the way it was, these guys are like trained assassins. Like they are they doing rehearsals.
They really do it. They really do
we're
it.
on tour together like a few months out of the year. Besides the tour, we're in the studio with each other every day. Like, this ain't like no, all right, when the cameras are on, guys get together. They're like in the studio every day. We do one vacation a year together, all of us, with our families. So there's like a certain chemistry that can't be bought, can't be put together. These guys been together since they were babies. Like Kiss and Chic were like babies, they were neighbors. Then when one of their parents moved to a different neighborhood, the other one moved to that same neighborhood. So they really grew up together. That Styles came along in high school, and they, no fighting, no nothing since then. Just straight music, and they don't, it's like there's no egos involved with them. Not saying there is with other groups. I don't know what's going on with other groups, but with them, it's like a real brotherhood. So, and you can see it.
You can tell on the Verzuz just like how cohesive they were. You know, it was just years of just like
That's
unity.
exactly,
You know, and Dipset, they've always had issues in the camp. Like, so this one ain't talking to that one ain't talking to this one.
I see when they came out in Virginia, they came out with their own DJs. That's when I knew. I was like, oh, this ain't gonna work in Madison Square Garden. You're gonna have 2-3 DJs doing your set. That's definitely not gonna work. Tech is gonna demolish whatever you're thinking. Tech is gonna murder you, and that's what he was doing. He was killing their DJ in the warm-ups, in the pregame or whatever, when they were just playing song for song. Yeah, if you see the comments, I didn't even see it. I was there, so I didn't see the comments. The comments, they were, yo, who's this DJ? Who's Tech? This guy's murdering, going crazy. Like, Puff, 50 Cent, everybody was in the comments going crazy.
Going crazy.
It's like,
And DJ
so,
is important. It's important.
yeah. So, I mean, shout out to the Lock, shout out to Dipset. It was dope. It was a great time. Dope for the culture.
Great for the culture, absolutely.
And before we get into the segments, I got questions. I'm gonna wait till after the segments.
Please.
I just want to do a quick game, this or that. So I'm gonna say, for example, something and something. You just choose out of the two.
All right.
All right? It's rapid fire, so we gonna go quick. Sour or haze?
Sour.
Indica or sativa?
Sativa.
Timberland or Carhartt?
Depends on what. Timberland boots.
Brands, just a brand.
I mean, I'm gonna wear a Carhartt jacket, but Timberland boots. I'm not gonna wear a Timberland jacket and Carhartt. I can't wear Carhartt shoes. I'm gonna go with Timberland because I got Timbs.
Yeah. 90s or 2000s hip hop? Early 2000s.
They kind of the same. The golden era. When I was my favorite.
What's your favorite
era is the golden era.
Okay.
Which was the late 90s. But those same artists were
still making
killing
music
shit in
in
the
the
early
early
2000s.
2000s.
So
Yeah, but it was mixed in with a lot of other shit
with a
that
lot of new
became
shit,
the
too.
late 2000s stuff, and it was the beginning of that era. So I feel you. And then, from the same regard, it was the end of the early '90s vibe, which was like kind of in the late '90s. So it's 6 of one, half dozen
I'm
of
gonna
the
go with
other.
golden era.
Golden era.
Whenever that is, that is.
Hey, that's cool. Cognac or tequila?
Cognac.
Some New York shit. Say Less or Brooklyn Chop House?
I like them both, but
Gotcha.
I've been to Brooklyn Chop House more, and I was there last week. Shout out to Brooklyn Chop House.
Facts. Recording or performing?
Performing.
Dope. Flowers or edibles?
Flower.
Okay. Pele Pele or Averex?
Averex.
And last, legacy or legal? And we're pro both of them, but
What
do
is
you
it?
think?
Legacy or legal?
Legacy or legal? The street market or the
I
legal
know.
market?
Shh. Well,
Bruh.
I'm gonna go with legal. Everything legal.
Everything legal.
Thank you, brother.
Coming to a dispensary
You
near
know what?
you.
You reminded me of since we're doing segments, let's just continue on with are you pro or anti spray pack?
I can't stand that shit.
Yeah,
I want
there it
nothing
is.
to do with it.
All right.
Listen, a lot of people made money. I don't knock anybody's hustle. As long as you ain't out robbing old ladies and kids and all that, I don't care what you do to make money. God bless. So if you got to spray your pack, spray a $500 pack and turn it to a $2,000 pack, fucking go for it.
I
But
ain't
not
smoking
you
it though.
ain't smoking it.
I can't smoke that
Can't smoke that shit.
I can't. There's a lot of these big brands that I know they're spraying their fucking pre-rolls. There's no way your pre-roll smells like fucking pina colada.
Yeah.
The other one smells like a birthday cake.
It's horrible.
I'm cool with all that.
Nah, but see, those are terpene infused.
Those are spray packs. That's all.
See,
I've
I've been waiting for somebody to.
That's the professional term for it. That's all that is. I'm cool. I need my flour to smell and taste like flour.
That's what I've been saying.
No,
I
y'all
don't wanna
terpene infused
I don't
merch?
wanna-
Spray packs.
Yeah,
I don't wanna
terpene infused
fucking,
spray packs.
Trace Leche's pre-roll and fucking. I'm good with all that. Just give
I
me
feel you.
regular bud. So
Yeah.
I do would like infused pre-rolls as long as there's no additives to
As
it.
long as it's infused
That's cool.
with
Like, truly
not
infused, like,
like a terpene infused, because then you're just
Yeah.
like, you want like a, you know, a hash infused or a fucking keef infused, or I don't know, the diamond infused ones have been
like
pretty
the
good.
MFNYs with the live resin in them.
The live
Those
resin
are fucking
infused.
amazing.
Yeah.
you talking about carts or pre-rolls?
Pre-rolls.
I feel like the
And they got
carts,
the
even
live
though
resin inside
The
of them.
live resin carts and all that. I feel like there's something being added to that.
A lot of them do have.
Yeah,
little
no, well, it's the
added to-
distillate.
yeah.
Distillate is everything is
misleading
stripped
that way.
out of it, and then it's just like THCA, and they add the terpenes back in.
Mm-hmm.
So some of them infuse shit with cannabis-infused terpenes, and then some use botanical terpenes. And the botanical terpenes, we've talked about it on the show many times, but it's like this: it's like a lemon and weed. They both have limonene as a terpene. Once you break it down to the bare bone terpene, it's the same fucking shit. It just exists in both fucking plants, right? So in theory, you can get limonene from anything and add that shit back into a vape, and it adds a more citrus flavor. So that is what is happening 100%.
But you think they're doing it the way you just said it?
They absolutely are doing it the way I just said it.
A lot of the live resin is.
And
Not all of it, though.
Not the live resin. The
He
live
was talking
resin.
about live resin
Some of the
carts.
live resin
No, the
carts.
live resin.
He's
I
talking
don't
about live
think.
resin carts. But
Because
no,
live
most of
resin
them
really-
are adding
It
terps,
depends.
though.
Yeah, some of them are
They're
adding
using
terps.
that as the live resin is a very misleading title because a lot of time it's not a true live resin. You know,
Yeah, that's what I'm
it's
saying. It
pretty
depends
much
on the
distillate.
brand, because there are certain brands
It's
that
distillate with a
actually
touch of live resin or something.
Or they'll be using like live terps.
Live
in it.
terps,
Like
yeah.
they use like real cannabis terps.
Cannabis-derived
And it's
live
like, this isn't
terpenes.
live resin, you know?
That's the thing. I
Like,
feel like
so there are
there's a
some
lot of,
brands
like-
that are honest to God live resin though, you know?
Yeah.
right now. I'm sure.
And
Sure there is.
those are really
And there
good.
are other people who are
What you
doing
really wanna
the
look for
live
is rosin.
rosin, the
Yeah,
live
yeah,
rosin,
exactly.
which
That
is
was-
that's
what I was
the
going at.
then it's like ice water hash or ice water, you know, bud, and it's a different process, and
It keeps all the original terps.
all the original
intact.
terps. You don't have to add any
Yep.
terps back in to
Nope.
get the flavor. So you get the flavor of the bud. Like I always wanted
Those
my
carts
vape
actually
to
taste
taste
like weed.
fucking weed.
Yeah, exactly.
Now everybody wants their weed to taste like a cart. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? With the spray pack shit, it's weird. Because the amount of comments we still get when we put the spray pack fucking with credible people being like, fuck a spray pack. I don't smoke a spray pack. Like, with plenty of credible people saying that over and over and over again. The comments are like, I like spray pack. Like, what the
Oh,
fuck?
no.
Like, so, yeah. Anyway, we're trying to, like, help the culture, you feel me?
Of course.
Yeah, that's a big part of what we do. So I appreciate you weighing in. That totally not staged. We didn't even ask him before. I asked him like mad questions before so that we would know what we're talking about. Because you got to prep a podcast in the right way. And shout out to my peoples over here because they weren't even here for that. They just pulled up on their own
With their
a-
own questions.
a
And I
ton of-
like their questions. They
Yeah.
didn't- you guys didn't ask the same questions I get in every fucking interview.
Yeah.
Which is like, I'm repeating myself.
That's
with
why
a
I
broken
love.
record.
That's why I love my team,
Nah,
guys.
they're super
'cause
dope.
Shout out to these guys right here because like couldn't do it without them. They're the best in the fucking world at everything. Honestly, like
We love you too, man.
yeah, for real. And we fucking pulled up with a great question. I'm sitting here myself, like, man, listening like the whole time. Like, oh shit, that's a fucking great question. So without further ado, I'm gonna bring it to my man Jay because it's his. He always spits a 16 or
Fire.
more. Sometimes it's a full song. We'll see. I don't know what he's gonna pull up with tonight.
Go
but
ahead.
Just a little verse.
Yeah.
I said, let me be the first to get mine. Red signs get ran over. I'm Land Rover, off-roader. If bars was cars, you a Toyota with a boot. Couldn't ride the beat from the driver's seat. Me, I let the tires screech and I dropped the roof. Buddha boys is way more than a group to me. It's like a Buddha family, always growing like a Buddha tree. Brutally honest rhymers, the booth only gets the truth for me. Musically, we just ART, meaning a ruthless team. Truthfully, I don't think I'm nice as I used to be. I'm sleeping on myself. It's like the grim rapper roofies me. Cause I'm still killing everything I touch. Lay my songs tight, cause if I play my cards right, I could be king of clubs. Hip hop is a horror, but fuck it, we in love. Seeing us, got these haters looking like they need a hug. Bars you don't know the meaning of. My last name lyrics, guess I got a gang of spitters, cause it's in my blood.
Good shit. That's crazy.
Yeah, boy.
Fire. Dope. Good shit, bro.
Appreciate you.
That.
And you do that every show?
Every show.
Every show.
Fire.
Pulls up with a verse or a song or whatever's
That's
clever.
dope. Good shit.
Appreciate you. Thank you for listening.
Hell yeah.
Scotty, you got some. I know you're rolling a joint right now.
Yeah, so also ask him a question.
Yeah.
You into sneakers? What's your favorite sneaker?
Unfortunately, my pockets are.
What's your favorite sneaker of all time?
Of all time, damn.
Yeah. Or give me a few if you need to. You don't got to.
What are I'm horrible with names. The ones that just the surf, the diamond turfs.
Yeah, the diamond turfs.
I love those.
The Deion
those
Sanders.
Deion Sanders. Yep. See, those are one of my favorites. The original Charles Barkley's.
Yep. Great shoe.
One of my favorites.
CB94s.
Yep.
Yeah.
The Jordan, the Olympic team Jordan 6s.
Yeah, classic.
Right, 6s, right? Or 7s?
The 7s are the ones he played in. They did do an Olympic 6 though.
The 7s.
But the 7s are the ones he played in. Yeah.
Those, the original black, the Toronto Raptor color Jordans. I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But the original ones, not the ones the infrared color they made.
Yeah.
The original ones.
Yeah.
Those, I still have those. I still have the original Olympic ones, like untouched.
Yeah,
they're like the Olympic ones are like turning fucking brown and green.
Yeah.
Awful.
It sucks, man. Some of my favorite shoes
I wanted
are
the
just
original
crumbling now.
Barclays so bad I couldn't get them anywhere. Nobody had them. During COVID, somebody was selling their sneakers in the city, and he posted a picture. He's like, worn once, and I never buy anything worn. I'm not that kind of person. I was like, you know what? I gotta buy them. They were my size. He wanted like $200 for them. Flew down to the city, picked them up. Mint condition. I Lysol the shit out of them, make sure I clean them shits.
Yeah.
Bro,
That's what's
I
up.
put them on. I'm walking in the mall super fresh. The whole bottom comes off. They were so old. The whole bottom came off.
It's happened to
And
me
I
so
felt,
many
I'm like,
times.
what the fuck is that? Look,
It starts slapping like this.
Yeah.
The shoe start talking to you,
Oh
start
my
yelling at you.
God.
I know the feeling, man.
Bro, the whole shit came off. I had to walk home. With that sweater guy, I was
Happened to
stressed.
me at Six Flags with a pair
man.
of I had original 1997 Jordan 12s on, and this is in like 2015. So these are like fucking 25 years old at this point.
Crazy, yeah.
Or 20 years old at this point, and they just started flopping on me, man. Like
My shit started flopping. I took 2-3 more steps. The whole thing came off. I had them in my hand, walking towards my car. I was like, "What the fuck is going on?"
That's crazy.
But I just picked up all the Travis Scott's, the latest ones today. They dropped one today, right? Or you had to win it in the raffle.
Yeah.
I got that pair like last week.
Dope.
I got 2 pairs of those.
Yeah, it's a good shoe.
The last 2 he dropped before that, I got those. Every fucking week I'm buying a pair or 2.
Yeah,
Then when we're on the road, we'll hit the mall for somebody would need like a fucking t-shirt. Yo, let's go to the mall, I need a shirt. Buy 3-4 pairs of sneakers, get and ship them. Now you gotta pay the hotel and ship your sneakers. You can do that in hotel. Certain hotels will ship your shit for you.
Yeah.
You gotta pay.
Oh man.
It's a fucking headache. So yeah, I mean, I love sneakers though. That's my
I had
shit.
a feeling you was gonna start naming a bunch of Nikes too, because you got that song "Just Do It."
Yeah. I
was
love
waiting for
Nike
that.
growing up my whole life. Nike. But I definitely turned into an Adidas head, New Balance head. I love New Balance now.
I love 90s Reebok basketball too, like Iverson, early Iverson, and
You seen
like,
the
Shaq pumps and
DJ Envy posted a pair of the Shaquille O'Neal
Sean
pumps.
Kemp's are
the
fire.
original Shaq pumps.
Yeah.
The black and blue, the Shaq
yeah,
attacks.
I was wearing them yesterday.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Those are crazy.
Yeah, I
Those
love
are
them.
fire. The D Browns.
Oh,
Crazy.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
The
I like
Iversons.
both the Sean Kemps are crazy. But do you remember it's not basketball, the Frank Thomas, the Big Hurt? The baseball player?
Yeah.
The Frank Thomas shoe is crazy.
For the White Sox.
Yeah, he had a crazy
remember
Reebok
sneakers.
shoe. It was fucking crazy.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I gotta go
Yeah.
check those out.
It was really crazy.
Shout out to Bo Jacks.
Well, I love Bo Jackson's.
Oh, yeah.
The original ones.
I
think
like
it
the one with the strap too.
Well, I'm saying the colorways, I think, started getting carried away.
Yeah.
To me,
oh yeah, with the
they
newer
started
releases, hell
saturating.
yeah, hell yeah, nah.
The
Yeah,
original
fuck all
Bo
that.
Jackson's crazy. Even though they were killing my feet, they had my shit like this.
They were
purple,
super tight.
orange, and white
fast.
ones.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I had some Bo
the
Jacksons.
options
I
like
never
this.
fucking wear them.
You gotta take the pain for a couple hours. Fuck it.
But yeah, every week I share a pair out of my collection, and on the J1 episode I did Jordan 8s are my favorite, by the way. I have like almost every Jordan 8 ever. J1 episode we did the Champagne 8s, and they came in a pack. And the other one was the Confettis, and these are the Confettis. Right?
Fire. Crazy.
That's the Confetti. I want to say 2015. Don't quote me though. And
Crazy. You always been the 8s?
yeah, it was kind of the first Jordan I really seen. That probably might have something to do with it. I just think they're the most unique too, though, and I think they're comfortable. Some people don't think they're comfortable. I think they're most comfortable.
All right.
I love 8s, 3s.
Threes are my new favorite.
8s, 3s, and probably 5s. And
Yeah,
then 4s are
3s
right
are
there too, though. Like
Oh, the 3s or the 4s. Which ones that just came out? The black cements that just dropped.
3s.
3s.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I went from like
Yeah, because I skateboard too, and I skateboard in 3s. That's like my skateboard shit.
Crazy.
I love them shits. Like
I went from 6s, 7s, and 8s to the 1s. I feel like the 1s had a good run. Mm-hmm. The high top ones.
yeah.
I don't really like the mids.
Oh, fuck no.
So
You never catch me dead up there.
So now the 3s. But if like a dope pair drop, like those drop tomorrow, I'm going to pick them up.
Yeah.
I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Because I love the 3s, but I'm picking up whatever other pairs I like.
I haven't been buying as much as I used to, but you know.
Shit, whatever
Sometimes
I see.
I can't deny.
You see
you
the
know,
Andre
just like-
Agassi's that just came out again?
I love them. I
Crazy.
love those.
I got those on the way.
I got. I had both the pairs from like 2013.
I got the original pair.
I skated in.
I got the original pair, but
AirTech Challenge too.
Yep. I wore them to we had a festival in California, and I don't know what the fuck. They didn't give us the specifics. They just said there's a festival. It's a big weed festival. I was like, all right, cool. I put on the Andre Agassi's outfit. We walked like 3 miles in dirt and mud. It was an open dirt field, and we had to walk through the whole. So I destroyed those shits, and I still have them. I tried cleaning them as much as I could, but they just sitting in the box just because I love them so much. But now they just dropped again. So
Yo, reach out to one of them dudes on Instagram that cleans shoes. They'll do it for a shout out, I bet.
yeah, he gonna clean
But
it, and then before you know it, the sole's gonna fall off. And then,
Cool fact about the AirTech Challenge, the Andre Agassi shoe. That's the shoe Kanye built the Yeezy 2 off of. The whole Yeezy 2, the one, Red October and all that. That's look at the sole. That's the AirTech Challenge sole.
oh wow, I didn't know that.
And the first Yeezy's the Jordan 3 sole.
You think Kanye's gonna admit to that, or
Yeah, oh yeah, he was
yeah?
open about it when he did
Oh,
it.
alright.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Good sneaker talk. Y'all was live just now with the sneakers.
I love sneakers. But my all-time favorites, I don't even know how I didn't shop these out. The all whites. To
Yeah.
me,
I mean, you can't go wrong with them.
we're in the city.
Can't go wrong with them.
I got 1,000 pairs. I wear these 2 times, 3 to max, then like donate them. I buy like 30 pairs a year. I swear to God. Even like Christmas gifts, birthday, my brothers will be like, yo, what do you want? Just get me Air Force Ones.
whites.
I got everything else. I don't, just get me, I just stock up on those. I have like 8, 9 pairs to wear at a time.
In the Tucky?
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Not a lot of people we could ask this question, but because you was there, how do you feel about being an artist in the DVD era and versus this new era? Like, what do you miss about the DVD era, or what's changed for the better it not being the DVD era no more?
I like the DVD era better. Even though your music could get out a lot faster now and reach the masses. Back then it was like you kind of had to be somebody to rap, to make music, to be able to run around all these clubs and run up on these DJs and artists. Now you can just spam people to death. I don't really like all of that. I don't do that kind of stuff. Even to this day, I won't So I'd rather see you face to face, meet you, introduce myself. If you take a liking to me, let's work. If not, cool. I still like your music. And I feel like this era, this way of doing things, it oversaturated the market. There's like thousands and thousands of songs being uploaded on Spotify every single day. Back then, you couldn't do all that. You needed money for studio time, a lot of money, because there was way less studios back then. You know that. Yeah. So now I can record in my kitchen. I could take this and have you with a computer, and we could do a whole album in my kitchen. So, and I'm watching people do it. The technology part in the studio is cool. You don't need 30 boards anymore, and the whole Dr. Dre shit, like people like Dre still use all of that. You don't need that anymore.
You do everything in the box. It's cool.
Technology's come a long way, but as far as music-wise, I like that era of doing things, because I'm used to being out, handing out my CDs in the clubs with flyers, I'm used to doing all that. So, but I've adapted to this now. It's cool.
Yeah, it's cool. That era was just so raw, like the run and gun videos that y'all would have on them, and like if you had the DVD, like everybody, your man to come to the house and watch
the DVD. Over the weekend. Exactly. We were going down to shout to Burkina, old school spot, Lower East Side on Houston Street. We were going there like every weekend to pick up DVD, whether I was on a DVD or not. We were picking up the Come Up DVDs, Smack DVDs, just like all of the Cocaine City DVDs. Shout out to French Montana. I met French back then when he was doing the DVDs. That's how we met and got cool and all that.
One of the dudes that I was in a group with back in the day, FCM, Paul, he was in Geo. They were both in Smack early on. Smack shit. It was like in a fucking studio in fucking Brooklyn, like just those early days. That shit was the shit.
That's the thing.
I have music on like the AN1 mixtape. Like that was my first licensing gig I ever had, was beats behind the AN1 mixtape tour, volume 2. Shit. So I've been doing this shit for a minute too, and that was definitely a different era.
That was a whole fucking thing for a minute. That was special.
Because those tapes was curated. Like now, and there's nothing wrong with it, but you could pay to get on platforms and stuff like that. Like back then, there was certain DVDs where you could pay, you know, like, or maybe be at the end of the DVD where they had the pay videos. But it's like, if you was on one of them Smacks or them Come Ups or them Cocaine Cities, it's like it solidifies you at that time.
Yeah. I found so many people through that.
Shout out to Lou, Hollywood Hustle.
But that was kind of my last thing.
I remember him on them shits. Hell yeah.
But lastly, how do you feel about the space that we're in for New York hip hop, with what Griselda is doing, what people like Millsies is doing, what people like the whole New York scene is going crazy, and lyricism is back, and it's coming back in a strong way. How do you feel about this?
I love it. I love even the drill rap and all that. I feel like everybody got their own lane. As long as you're making money, you're feeding your family, I love it. You going the legal route, you're doing good. Do whatever music you feel, because there's a fan base for it, so it's cool. Like, I'm on the same, I like lyrics and hip hop and all of that, and I know there's a fan base for that. Like, there's a cult following. Like, the Locks, 30 years later, they're selling out tours. So there's obviously a following for it. Nas, 30 years later, selling out tours. Wu-Tang, selling out tours. So that's the kind of music I like. But I don't mind the other music, whatever. I love music. I love all genres of music, so I'm cool. But if you could change your family's life off doing whatever kind of rap you like, go for it. I think there's a time and place for when you want to listen to stuff. So like, if I'm in a club, I'm gonna want to listen to, I don't know, like a Drake record or something, or whatever it is. If I'm driving around, I might want to listen to Benny the Butcher or Nipsey Hussle or something like that. So I feel like there's a time and place for all kinds of music.
Absolutely right. And it's opening up a space for a lot of our OGs to have second runs. Like Graph having a lot of artists right now that was out back then is having the best times that they're ever in their career. And it's opening wide open for
Shout out to Graph. Definitely so working hard.
It's definitely a good time for lyrics.
Hell yeah.
And for people that are putting it in, working hard too, that's the other piece of it. Like, you gotta just pursue that shit every day at,
That's
a,
the thing.
at a high
You
level.
gotta be consistent.
You know?
You gotta be consistent. You gotta really want it. If you like halfway want it, it ain't really gonna work for you.
You gotta pursue it at a high level. It doesn't have to always come out high level in the finished product because it won't always, depending on the situation. But as long as the pursuit was at a high level, it'll come across as authentic and be what it needs to be. So just do that. Just always pursue what you're doing at the highest fucking level.
Facts. And that's no matter what you do.
No matter
Not
what
even,
you do.
whether it's music, growing weed, selling sneakers, working at McDonald's, whatever the fuck you do.
Facts.
If you do it at the highest level, you're gonna get somewhere.
You're gonna get somewhere. It'll pay off. On that note, Stage 1 podcast, fucking Stoop to Store, Legacy to Legal. You know how we do. Shout out to fucking Tony Moxberg.
Thank y'all, man. Appreciate y'all, man. Thanks for having me.
Rap Deals, Stage1Dispensary.com. Check us out.
Back Home Cannabis.
Back Home Cannabis. Shout out to the guys. Will, we love you, bro.
For real.
Yeah. And shout out to all the Stage 1 staff, all our bud tenders, our inventory people, our
Swarley.
delivery drivers, Swarley
Yeah.
over there making the pod wall and
Come
all
to
that.
life.
So
Shout out to the
shout out to
whole
all my
team.
people in
And
the
shout out to the
dispensary. We be
customers.
holding it
I seen
down.
a
I
lot
love
of
my
them
team.
downstairs.
Yeah, shout out to the
Shout out to
customers.
the customers. You guys are doing
Absolutely.
good.
Stage
Great
1
things.
is-
Shout out.
The team provides the experience that keeps the customers returning. They are the best in the business. There's no doubt. In
I
my
met
mind.
what's your butt tender down there, Ryan?
Ryan, I was about to say shout out to
Great
Ryan.
shout out to
Yeah.
Ryan.
Took the fucking words
Good
out of my
dude.
mouth.
Yeah.
Good. I had like a 5-minute convo with him.
See what I'm
Good
talking
dude.
about? Yo, that's not even a setup right there. That's just fucking real
Shout out
shit.
to Ryan.
Yeah.
Yo,
I was about to say shout
He
out
knows
to
his
Ryan.
shit too.
he does. That-
He's
and that-
teaching me shit.
Y'all.
That's
Shout
what
out
I'm
to
saying.
everybody watching right now.
Yeah.
We appreciate y'all. Like, words ain't even describing that. Anybody sharing this stuff, anybody commenting, engaging with our stuff, we really appreciate that.
Let's just talk about that real quick. That he said he's learned some shit from Ryan. So you come into Stage 1, you might fucking have a brand and know real shit about weed and be in the industry and know your shit. You come to Stage 1, you still gonna
Go
learn
talk to
something.
Ryan.
Cause that's how we're on, and I'm telling you,
You gonna learn some.
You gonna learn
You can get
something.
yourself some good weed.
That's facts. Shout out.
And here's some good music too.
And here's some
You
good
gonna hear
music.
some fire music.
Yo, shout out to Plug Danny. Facts. Danny is the man. Shout out Danny. Putting the shit
Making shit
together.
happen for real. Yeah.
Absolutely. Fucking Stage 1. Peace.
Stage 1.
I be on that OG, tell you about the OG, piling up the roaches, got me feeling rosy, higher than